All right, so I think everyone's here and it's already a minute past. We only have this tiny little hour to work with. So if you are ready, Lauren, you missed it, but we're going to start on our mats standing today. So it's okay if you need to get to your mat and do some like rolling cat cows or some childs or even a down dog. If you want to start low, please do, but you'll join me standing when you're ready. Welcome to class, everyone. Come on back, guys. I just need you to make sure that you have a wide enough place where you feel you won't slip, because we're going to be in what's called wide Wu Chi for a while this morning. It's a soft, really soft squat. And then shift your weight side to side. Take a peek at your toes and make sure that your knees are behind your toes. So if I were here, that would be unsafe. I'm going to step wider and then take a peek. And again, knees behind toes on those side lunges. All right, come on back to the center. Really soft squat. Not a lot of emphasis down low yet. Bring your arms forward and literally just shake them out. You can shake them up and down. You can shake them side to side. You can shake your whole body. Whatever feels really good, but the shake is really invigorating. It wakes us up and it loses tension. It loses energy. It's kind of hard, but you can shake overhead if you want. Just let everything get loose, soften your squat. And then bring it back down again. Give another breath or two of your shakes. And begin to soften down. Really loosen up the legs again. Soft squat. Right arm rises, breathe in. Left arm rises. Exhale, float fingertips down right to the floor. Deepen your squat. Left arm rises. Right arm rises, in breath on both. Exhale softly. Same thing, right, left. Eye gaze is going to start to follow fingertips. Left, right, eyes up. And eyes down, a super soft rise, breathe in. And then a big release, but softening and breathing out. Don't worry too much about the same arm or the wrong arm, the right arm. Everything is good, you're just moving. Don't worry if it doesn't look like mine or anybody else's. We want to soften into our moves today. Most importantly is finding your connection, breath and movement. Let breath be your guide. Lengthening, lift up through your sides, and softening on every exhale. Let's try two more, but wiggle your toes. That's so nice, isn't it? Use the balls of your feet in the outer edge. Stay low. Sweep the back of your right hand to the right, side lunge. Back of left hand to the left, side lunge. And then you can go as slowly or as quickly as you want. Start to follow fingertips with your eye gaze. And if your legs get tired, just stay up really high and swish. I like to use the visual of a doctor's stool right under your buns, and you just slide to the right, slide to the left. Feels good, right? If your arms are moving quickly, be sure to slow down your breath. And remembering that we want total softness. So if you think about yourself kind of sliding through water, you might lean with your ribs, lean with your ear towards your shoulder. See if you can soften your fingertips and your wrists as you push away. Up and overhead this time, all the way over with back of arm, eye gaze up. If your legs slipped out and you feel a little stressed, toe heel them back in. I want this to feel really good and soft. Warming up our necks by using our eye gaze up and down. And again, finding softness, wiggling toes, dropping tension from facial features. Smiles are good, but all that other tension can go. Let's put those two together. Side push. Overhead push. Try that again, to the sides. And up and overhead. One more like that. Let's soften in the middle. Taking a big giant breath in, scoop the floor. And as you rise, we're gonna paint the wall. Swish to the right, to the left, back to the right, and to the left. Giant breath in through the bottom. Try the left side first. Breathe in, breathe out. In and out. Remembering, it's okay if you start the wrong way or the opposite way from me. It's okay if you don't have 4 swishes. Whatever feels really good. Thinking about sending fingers long, floaty, and soft. delicately bending into your knees, and then letting your body think the rest of the way through. Just move however it feels really beautiful. Once you get into these paintbrushes, I like to bend a little deeper here. So you're scooping like you've got a really heavy thing to lift, rounding into your backs. Try tucking chin to chest and beginning to open up our spine right here. Crunch, squeeze, lift and lengthen, and then soften back down. Twice more like this. Breathe in. And breathe out. All right, now that we've loosened up our backs a little bit, we're gonna try to shake off the energy. Bring both arms all the way up and overhead like a V. Lift your left heel and swing your arms down to the right. Pause at the top. Lift your right heel, swing your arms down to the left. We're pivoting, okay, just to keep our knees safe. Left heel rises. Now you go your speed once you figured it out. Eyes up, eyes down. That feels nice. You can move your feet in or out, whatever feels really good. Gonna get a little pivot here and think about your low back, shedding any stress or tension. Big breaths in, my friends. Inhale to rise, invigorate your body. Exhale to release. Super nice to take those big open mouth exhalations, especially in the morning when things are kind of stagnant from the night before. 3. Okay, one more super fun move. Stop in the center again, let your arms hang, and soften both knees. Lift left heel, twist navel to the right. Lift right heel, twist navel to the left. That's all I want you to do. Your arms are so soft, fingers are able to be super free, and look what starts to happen. Arms follow, yes? You have all this core power twisting you around. If your arms are super loosey-goosey, you may even get that little smack around your body, which is so nice because it means everything's loose and ready to be free up top. I take eyes down for this one, stretching out through back, body, and neck. Stay up high with me, or optionally, my friends, to get a bit more out of it, you can make it a lunging swing and wrap. Oh, I love that. Because then you get a little twist in your core and in your hips. Starting to feel the glutes warm up, inner and outer thighs. Loosen the arms, shoulders, elbows, forearms, all 5 fingers on each hand. Let's try 4. 3. I think the most fun part is coming back to a stop. Don't force anything, just stop twisting your core and see what happens. It's so nice, isn't it? Just kind of loosened everything up. Step to the front of your mat, yogis. Inhale, arms rise high. Okay, a little bit more structure now. Soften shoulders, but then float down any way you want to forward fold. Rise any way you want. Inhale, lift. Float down a different way. Maybe I bring my hands to my hips, lift my chest, flatten and hinge. Try a different way to rise. I could reverse that. Hands to hips, flatten and hinge. How about side bends? Let's try 2 more. Just giving you options for class today. Tip, fall down. Maybe the same side and we rise. Just choose your favorite path, okay? Tip left, tip, swing, and then rise. Okay, pick your favorite one and let's do it. Forward fold and hold. Giant breath out here. Soften your neck down, shaking it a big no. Tuck your chin up towards your chest. Try closing your eyes for a minute, really getting internal. Come inside your body, check yourself out. See where the tension is, what needs to be nurtured today. And then a yes, head shake, that we are ready to move on. Halfway lifting, inhale, eye gaze forward. If you're feeling a little woozy or dizzy from all that movement, take a second. Step back with your right leg. Soften down into a kneeling lunge. Lift up through your heart. Really press down through the top of your right leg, the bottom of your left foot, and drive yourself upwards. Clasping forearms like this behind low back. Chest rises and peel your elbows back, shoulders open. Now sink down through your hips and then rise. Wiggle your left toes, but all the rest of that foot is really gonna boost us up and out. Inhale, lower. Exhale, rise. One more time like that. Keep the legs, switch the arms. Eagle wrap. Right arm under, hug yourself. Back of hands together or double wrap, but then lift elbows and fingertips, and then give a little kind of a tick-tock. Twist to the left, twist to the right, slowly so you don't tumble over. Breathe in, breathe out. In and out. One more time like that, feels so good. And out. Beautiful, guys. Untangle, sweep arms up, just breathe. Exhale, release. Pushing back to child's pose. Take a second here to really get into this child's pose. Make it really juicy. Swing your hips around. I like a close one, close knees, so you can roll over your thighs and massage your belly in the morning. Trying to get the digestive juices flowing so everything is smooth and free today. Let's take our right foot and step it back forward. And we're gonna take it really wide. You choose if you want the knee bent or straight for some hip circles. Ooh, that's nice, huh? Soften into your knee, really listen to your knee out here. Coming a little higher, maybe on fingertips could give us more room, or if you have any yoga props, build the floor up. And then make sure you're going each way. So you might have done a bunch in one direction, swap that out. All right, so your foot's a little forward now, yes? We're gonna sweep it directly out to the side, press the blade edge down and twist open. Left finger's light. Under nose, right arm rises, but pull out. Left ribs from armpit, pull out. One more big breath in. Take the arms like you're coming into down dog, land and extend as far forward as you can with your leg, soften your right knee. Pull your hips back. I love sticky fingertips, guys, like suction cups, like you're gonna squeeze something to pop it. Pull the tips of your fingers in together. Feel how the tendons really get strong in your wrist. This is a wrist strengthening exercise. And bow your head down. Take another big breath in here. On the exhalation, come back forward into your tabletop, and let's do all of that on the other side. Step your left leg outside your left pinky. You choose if you want it bent or straight. We're just gonna find a way to circle, move, push, pull through the hips. Might help you to lean away, might help you to lift up. And then definitely find comfort. If anytime you're feeling like you need extra cushioning, do that, because you don't want to be preoccupied about, ooh, my knee hurts, you know? So roll your mat up, get something soft. If you did a bunch in one direction, don't forget to switch. If you find a little bit of tension, rock and roll in that area. Take another breath in here, and then scoot your left foot back to the side, directly out from your hips. Soften your knee, but press your blade edge down. Let's get ready to twist. Right hand stays down, left arm opens, and then pull your right side body energetically long. Soften left knee again. Try to lift up through that inseam, that arch, like the arch is smiling. Next exhalation, circles that arm down, and then soften your left knee. We're gonna reach forward. Maybe try your suction cup fingertips, and then pull back. Depending on what stretch you wanna get, a little bit more of a back bend if your chin stays lifted and you look at the tips of fingers. Dropping in a longer spine if I tuck my nose towards the mat or even land my forehead. Take another breath wherever you are. Bring it back into child's, and then step your right foot forward, guys, so we can get this other lunge on. Kneeling still, left knee, shin, and top of foot flat. Use it to boost hips up. Good. Right foot pushing down, lift the arms, and then connect forearms behind low back flat. Sink into your hips like this. Feels so good, right? You can have hips open, that's great if your right hip is poking out, or you can squeeze your inner thighs together to start to build up a really strong foundation. Pin elbows back, shoulder blades kiss your spine, and your collarbones smile. Arms rise, breath in. Left arm crosses under, eagle wrap. Give yourself a hug. No matter what, we're gonna lift our elbows, or you could single or double wrap. And then that little tick-tock, twist elbows to the right, twist elbows to the left. If you tend to get dizzy, just keep your eyes forward as you do. A little wobbly on this one, right? This is where that strong foundation comes in handy. Frame out your front foot when you're done. Lift the arms first, just liberate them. Exhale, step forward into fold. All right, if you haven't done this with me yet, watch. We're going to come into chair pose, guys, but make sure you can see me and I'll show you from the side. chair, cow, standing cat. Okay, watch me. Your arms can be straight or bent. I like bent for more action. So we're in our chair, and then press navel forward, tailbone and top of head back like a cow. Stand up tall, tuck chin, tuck tailbone round into standing cat. Okay, try it with me, guys. Chair, cow. Exhale, standing cat. I like to breathe in for this cow. So we're trying to get groovy through our spine. You try moving as slowly as you want. Definitely will help you tap into opening individual vertebrae if you slow down and feel your way through. Remembering that our neck is the extension of the spine, so we want to kind of get into that as well. Open your throat, close your throat. A little bit of throat opening and closing can really help us find our voice if we're in any sticky situations where we feel like we're not standing up for ourselves or our family members. Throat chakra opening, really helpful. One more round like that, ladies. And if you feel something that you feel like you need to stay, stay. Wiggle it out, work it out, squeeze, love on it. On your next cat, crunch in really tight. Bring your hands down to heart center and try to continue like you're diving into the tiniest little pool ever, like you're gonna dive right on down. Stay really close and roll down. Left leg steps back, elevated lunge this time. Take a big breath in, arms rise. It's okay if you wanna kneel every lunge we do. I'm just gonna encourage elevation for this one with our right heel lift. Ready? Lift up through your right heel. And then we're gonna spread our wings, arms to the side. Come forward with your, ooh, it's wobbly, with your chest and your palms, clap. And then come back, turn your thumbs down, lean back just a little bit, lengthen first, and try to clap. I can't reach. If you can, good for you. Hey, listen, if you tumble, it's okay. Land through the right heel if you need to. Widen your feet right to left if you need to. Or just slow down, focus on your breath. See if you can move smooth and fluidly. Liberate your right toes. Give them a little wiggle so they're not clawing into the mat. Let's take a big lift to the sky. Arms high, heel high. Melt your heel down. Well done. Frame out front foot and lift your hips up into wide pyramid. For my elevated lungers, if you're kneeling, half splits. Then get light on your fingertips, yogis. It's okay to step closer if you need some more. Squeeze through the inner thighs for balance. But really light on fingertips so you use your lower half. One more big breath. Re-lunge, may need to step that back leg out and press straight to down dog. If you prefer coming into table, then child's, that's always your option. One breath in downward facing dog once you've arrived. Take that breath time to pedal out, swish your hips, shimmy your shoulders, do something really fun and freeing. And then roll your body forward next in-breath to modified plank. Knees down for the first one. Shine your heart through the elbow window and slowly make your way to the earth. Slowly melt in. Take each toe and push them out a little bit longer, like someone's pulling them far from your hips. Fingertips come flat to the floor for Sphinx pose. And we're gonna keep pushing through the toes here. So let's open our elbow window. Bring the heart through by pulling elbows isometrically back towards hips. Watch what happens. I'm a little hunkered in. I pull my forearms back and my chest rises. Poke left toes out, poke right toes out. Lift and lengthen on one breath. Lift and lengthen other toes, opposite breath. If this is ever too much for your low back, that's okay. Make an adjustment. Listen to your body. We can bring our forehead down to our hand pillow. We have 4. My sphinxers, keep pulling back through the elbows. 3. 2 more. All right, well done, guys. Let's widen up the hands. Let our upper bodies fall and make goalposts with our arms with palms and elbows hovering over the floor. Tuck your chin to your chest, look under your nose, fog up a mirror that's there. Lift your left elbow, peek out under it. Release back down. Lift right elbow, peek out under it. Your toes, your knees, and your thighs are all connected. We're anchored into our lower half, and we're really using strong back muscles to lift and twist. Breathing in for 3. I like to do an exhalation as I rise. Inhale to lower. I feel like you're gonna ride that belly wave. One more each way, guys. Beautiful. Now you take a full rest if you need it. Otherwise, slink on back, stay low. Pull back to child's pose. Strong in the triceps if you stay low. If you need a little swish of your hips like you're skiing downhill, go for it. Tuck toes, downward facing dog. Ah, very nice. Take a big lift through your left leg, but push long. A little longer, and then step on through. Okay, here we are. Back into our lunge. We're gonna stay elevated if possible. High lunge. Big breath in. Beautiful, guys. Left heel rises. Are we ready? Widen up. If you know you're wobbly in your lunge, left to right. Get a little wider, or don't lift your heel at all. Thumbs up. Okay, let's shimmy out our shoulders. Don't look at me because I'm gonna fall over a bunch. Clap hands together. Bring chest more forward. And then come back, but spin through your thumbs so they're facing a new direction and your shoulders are getting some beautiful rotation. In breath one way, out breath the other way. In breath, and out breath. Stay strong, guys. You're welcome to stay up and just move the shoulders if it's getting too tough in your front thigh. Let's go for one more big breath, one more big wings spreading sequence. Use your shoulder blades, open them, close them, arms rise overhead, heel melts down. Frame out that front foot, half splits or a wide pyramid pose. Feel free to shimmy your hips around, squeeze the inner thighs together and hold. Find something that feels really good for your front leg. A little lighter on fingertips, use more belly, use more inner thighs. Let's take one more big breath in here. When you're ready, my friends, step forward. Big exhalation to boost you up into forward fold. Take a breath out, fully exhale. Then rise to sky. Any way it feels great for you. I love to swing and rise. Climbing up the body so your back gets little by little. Nice massage. Inhale, arms rise. All right, let's grab a hold of the top of our right foot if we can. If we can't, we just try to grab it. But we're gonna side bend with it. So once you have it, try a quad stretch first with both hands. Think about knees being side by side to protect our joint, and then really kick into your hands. If you're holding, kick into your hands. So you get a little chest stretch too, right? Breathe here. One more big breath in. Beautiful. Keep your right hand only. Even if you're not holding on, right hand stays reaching back. Left arm rises, and then we're gonna side bend. We're gonna swap hands too, so don't think, oh man, this is my hard side, because we're gonna challenge both sides. Inhale, exhale. Switch sides when you're ready. Opposite hand, keep knees together here. A little cross makes it harder. Right arm rises, inhale. Tip over, exhale. One more big breath in. Back to center, let go of a foot, but don't let it go. Arms rise. Good, now step back into lunge. Take 3 seconds at a minimum. Step back soft, slow, long. Release. Nice, ladies. Let the back foot now come down for warrior one alignment. If you feel that you need to figure yourself out physically by manually manipulating, please do. Sometimes that helps us realize, like, if I widen, my hips swivel more. So figure it out. Soft back knee, and then rise through your arms when you're ready. Sink back down. Beautiful. Take a big hold of your right wrist and then lift up and over. One more big breath in. Can you lengthen your left side? Clasp hands overhead. Point your fingers up to the sky. Just 2 circles this morning. Wiggle left toes and then circle towards me like you're going to poke me. Come to the floor. Drag fingertips along it. Back behind you. Up to sky and back forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stay forward. Try to load your warrior one. Stay forward, belly hovering off of thigh. One more big breath in. Spread your arms wide. Open your chest, but stay low in your chest. Back heel rises. Stepping into chair pose. Queen chair is good. If you stepped really wide, that's fine. Inhale, arms rise high to sky. Breath comes in. Left leg quad stretch. Use 2 hands at first if you can, or reach with 2 hands. So we want to get chest opening and quad stretching. If you do have a hold of your foot, you're gonna kick with your foot like you're trying to straighten your leg. That's helpful, yes? Feeling that good counter stretch. One more big smile through your shoulders. Let the leg go, slowly lunging back, but arms overhead. Challenge your balance as you do. Sink into your right knee. Try to step back for a minimum of 3 seconds. It could be the wobbliest one ever. That's okay. You're getting strong. Lift into lunge. And then find your warrior one. Okay, so if you have really good mind-body awareness, just swivel away. Soften your left knee. Find hips as forward as your body allows. They may never be fully forward. Wider will help the swivel though. So if you need to check manually, do that. I always like to. Feels good that way. And then arms rise when you're ready. Take a big, beautiful breath in. Hands clasped. Pointer fingers up. Just 2 big circles here. Come forward, bend deeper into your right knee. To the floor behind you. Try a big rotation in your torso. As slowly as you want to take this. It feels good, doesn't it? One more when you're ready. Wiggle through your right toes. Soften through your jaw. Stay in this loaded warrior one. Belly comes in, yogis. Keep your torso right where it is, but just sweep your arms open. Lift up through your chest. Arms rise overhead, back toes turn in, heel lifts, and we step back to queen chair, this time for downhill skier. Sweep arms behind you, bend deeply into your knees. Push your buns way far back like you're skiing down the mountain, but then you're gonna hit some moguls, so we want these little pulses in our knees, like we're coming over these soft little jumps. Stay in the thighs, belly in, fingertips behind you. Moguls are almost done, 2 seconds. Belly stays in, hold downhill skier, but shift up onto the balls of your feet. Lift your heels, stay. Stay right here, breathe, yogi. Spread your toes. Hold this, elevated downhill skier, or lift your hips, straighten your legs, and you know what it is, my favorite pose, diver's pose. Spread your arms wider, fold deeper, tuck your chin to your chest, look under your toes. Diver's pose, stay right here. You can do this. Breathe for 1 more second. We're trying to keep heels elevated as we rise. Inhale all the way up to extended mountain pose. Breathe in some more. And then exhale, release. Oh, that was good stuff. Wiggle out through whatever's bothering you. Give your toes a roll. Give your hands and your ankles a shake. And let's move on. Right knee rises, arms overhead. Breath comes in. And then extend your toes forward, wide open, webbing through your toes, really bright and long. You can always connect to the floor. Knee bend again. Press back. Sweep the arms behind you, airplane pose. Try to really fly up through the back body, yogis. I want you to pull your shoulder blades together, open your chest as much as you can, lift the backs of your hands and the bottom of your foot, and then rise again, standing tall. Front knee leg extension. One or the other, you choose, just the knee or the whole leg. Sweep back to airplane, but remember when you do, instead of kind of finding a lazy version, find the big uplifted version. Shoulder blades together, magnetize your whole back body to the sky. Twice more at your speed. Inhale, leg extension. Exhale, airplane. One more time, big leg extension. Inhale. Exhale, holding airplane this time. Magnetize everything up to the sky. Land into lunge. Swivel the back foot down for warrior 2 this time, and then make your arms super big as you find it. And if you didn't make them big this time. Just spread them long. Warrior 2. Use your hands, press out through the left knee. Soften right knee, arch is feeling really energetic. Good, good. Cool, reach over to extended side angle. Option, a bit easier if the forearm is down. Otherwise, we're just gonna lean over and then lift the top arm. Fingers are light, shoulders are relaxed, face is happy. We're doing yoga, how could you not be? And then we're gonna challenge ourselves, guys. Left fingertips, take them down. Boost up to floating half moon. I like to take my right arm behind me, rotate my back heel up, and then lift. Floating half moon, it's quite all right if you use your block and stay really low. You can elevate right shoulder if you want. Flex through the right foot. We want to stack right side over left. I think floating half moon is a bit easier than half moon because you don't have to go so low. Wherever you find your stability, half moon or floating, try to move your eyes off the floor this morning. Be brave, I know you can. One more breath in whatever you have. Land your back toes down again, find that warrior two. Today's a falling over day for me. And then make that stretch really big and push it away. Beautiful, vinyasa flow or chill. So you can totally rest if you want. Back toes turn in, press back to dog. I'll flow you through, guys, but if you'd rather stay in chill in dog or child's, I'll meet you soon. Inhale, roll forward plank or modified plank. Soften down. Sphinx or a little baby cobra. Elbows pull back, squeeze through the back body to look forward, opening up our throat. Press back, child or straight to dog. And if you were taking a rest on your mat, come on with us and join us in downward facing dog. Both heels rise when you're here and tiptoe walk the tiniest of little pitter-patter steps forward. Pull your belly in. Feel your thighs pulling up into your hips every time you walk. Make it really far. When you're finally there, gather yourself up, rise to the sky. Ready? Inhale all the way up. Okay, here we go. Slow for the first couple. Soften your shoulders. Reach everything up long in your side bodies and lift your left heel at least. Knee bent or leg extension. Open your toes. Sometimes we get like clawing and then that just stresses us out. So open up. Sweep back into airplane. When you find it, your toes could be on the floor or they elevate and then your whole back body lifts up. We've got this big up dog in our chest. One more slow one. Come back to center, knee or leg extension, you choose. How's that feeling? Really good and strong. Find your quad muscle. Sweep back, yogis. Aeroplane. And you can make it fun. You can float around like you've found some soft clouds to go through. It doesn't have to be boring. Make it up. Come in on an in-breath. And make it on back. Exhale. Magnetize back body to the sky. Big floaty lift. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. All right, big squeeze. Softly lower that leg to the earth. Really softly find a lunge. Swivel blade edge of left foot down and then make it dramatic. However you want to find those warrior two arms. You can bring them out. Just make it really fun. Why not? Okay? Take your right hand. Press open. Find a little bit more length. Try to line up your knee with your hip bone. Soften this one. Lift up here and then spread again. Reaching over to extended side angle. You know all the options, right? You can use your hands in any way. Take a second. I like to look at my right toes before I find half moon or floating. And that way you can pivot through your left heel, lift it, rise up, and it might be a little bit of an easier transition with eyes down. You choose. Do I want to take regular half moon? I love props in half moon, so if you've got something, use it. Otherwise, you can float. Now think about stacking left body, hips and shoulders on top of right. Flex through bottom of left foot, wiggle left fingertips, and I dare you to move your eyes off the floor. That's okay. Wobbles are really good. Get to the edge. Find discomfort. Find a big challenge. This is where we grow. When the time has come, you've had enough of this posture, take the foot down. You can windmill the arms any way to get to lunge. Press back or just chill. Vinyasa flow for one final time with me. Take a dog shimmy, guys. Shimmy out your shoulders, pedal through your feet, wiggle your hips around. Next in breath rolls us forward. Plank or modify with knees down. Find the earth. I would love for you to join me on this one. So if you were taking a break, you might want to come with us. This is really nice. We're widening our hands out wider than shoulders. Use your suction cup fingers if you can. And let's undulate our cobras. Poke toes out long, tuck chin to chest, and roll up from the back body. Open throat, look up, roll back down. Think about a snake for a spine. Slither up, exhale down. You have to play with where you put your fingers. We want to use our back body strength, but we definitely use our fingers to boost. Flat palms are cool too. If your fingertips are getting tired, we're gonna go for one more like this. Melt to the earth. Take a break for a second, whether you just pause, hovering nose above the floor, or make that little hand pillow rest your forehead. One more big challenge, guys. While you're here, bring your hands back into Sphinx, or you can do this in Baby Cobra. Let me show you what we're doing. We're gonna curl this time. Right heel into butt, and then press back out. Left heel into butt. Now, if your knee is giving you feedback, try flexing or pointing your foot, whatever you weren't doing a moment ago. And if it feels too much in Sphinx, come down a little lower, just to a little Baby Cobra, and try it this way. Curl in. Think about squeezing your hamstring and then pressing it back out to lengthen. We have 3. Alternatively, if it feels like I'm not really getting anything out of this, you can lift up to up dog, squeeze, release, squeeze, and release. We have 1 more each way. Okay, before we move on, definitely rest your head. You can do a cheek to a mat, or I like to do forehead to back of hands. Send your legs a little wider, and then literally swing your hips left to right like you're jiggling your buns like a bowl full of Jello. Let go of all that tension. Take another big breath in here. And let's try to loosen up our shoulders. We're gonna go back to Sphinx. Some of you may enjoy Seal, so I'll add that on in a moment. But for this, Sphinx, we're gonna pull our chest through again, but then hunker it down. Yeah, so let your ears and your shoulders come really close. And then just shimmy side to side, or you can roll. I don't find the rolling easy here, which is why I prefer Seal. So I'll show you that. Stay in this Sphinx, or dial your fingers out like they're gonna touch the corners of your mats, and then lift up. So now you're in Seal. Once again, spank your chest. And then you might find a little bit more play. It's still hard, but you're gonna shrug, floss, roll, whatever you can do to work out your shoulders. Take the next 2 breaths to do things that feel good. Tucking chin to chest and dropping in can feel great. You can look over each shoulder. We're gonna take 1 more breath wherever you are. And then let's press back Yogi's Childs with a lot of hip sway, like we're shaking our puppy dog tail. All right, you worked your backs a lot there, so take a lot of time to roll through this child's pose. When your back feels less tense, stretch out as long as you can into extended child's pose, sticky fingers really pulling you forward. Tuck your toes under. With a bent knee, find downward facing dog. Really bend your knee so you can lengthen your spine so much here. And then find your favorite version of downward facing dog. Pull your right knee into your chest, and then immediately cross it over your left leg. Your legs are crossed. Pull your right knee into your chest. Cross it over your left leg for a little cross leg down dog. Left knee in, cross over, right knee in, cross over. Get a crunch. Crunch, press and extend. Crunch, press and extend. A little sassy down dog walk, like our catwalk down dog walk. We're gonna take 4, 3, 2. Doesn't matter what side you are on, friends, but remember where you are. What foot is in front? Walk your fingertips back to your toes. You're in cross-legged forward fold. Memorize that foot, which one is on top. Drop your chin to your chest and completely hang heavy in cross-legged forward fold. Let's try to press our big toes down. And if it's really intense, you can bend your back knee and try to fit it in the back of your knee pocket on the front leg. Back knee fits right into that little pocket. Take 1 more big breath in. Press down through the bottoms of your feet equally, even your big toe mounds, and then slowly roll to standing. Cross-legged forward fold. I'll show you from the front. And then we're gonna tip over. So whatever leg is in the front, that arm falls. The opposite arm rises. I'm tipping towards my front cross leg. I'm just gonna take a big stretch up. Feel your way around here. If you think you need a little swing and sway, something in your back feels kind of tight, move a little bit, work it out. 1 more big stretch up. And then exhale, fall straight back down to this cross-legged forward fold. When you get there, walk straight back out to downward facing dog. Now you're remembering right now which foot is in front, so you end up in a second with the opposite leg on front. Crunch that front knee into belly,
Uncross. Opposite knee into belly, cross. Knee into belly, cross. Lift, cross. Crunch, push. Go one or two more, whichever one takes you to that opposite leg being forward. Hold this cross-legged downward dog. Walk your hands back, feel your belly pulling in, feel your hips swaying. Pause in this cross-legged forward fold. Try to press your big toes down. Remember, if this is much too intense, bend both knees. Back knee fits into the pocket of the front backside of knee. Let your head hang, yogis. Wrinkle free in the backs of your necks. You're welcome to shake, but if you shake no, promise yourself that you'll end it positively and shake yes. If you feel like you want to let go of hands, sure, take a clasp behind your low back or hold your forearms and just kind of let those stressful shoulders go. When you're ready, my friends, rise to the sky, slow roll. If you feel really stressed in your low back, flatten it, hinge, use your thighs to press up. At the top, inhale. And then, so whatever leg is on top, we're gonna drop that arm, tip over like your belly's tipping towards your front leg, whichever side you're on. Breathe in. And if it feels tight in your back, lean forward a little bit. Swing like we're dusting off something. I need to do this later, so I'm gonna practice now dusting. When it feels all worked out, come back into that big side bend. You may want to use your hand to press, offer some support on the lower side as you tip. All the way back to sky, breathe in. Back to cross-legged forward fold. Walk out to cross-legged downward facing dog. And then uncross your feet, get your toes right so you feel good in down dog. Widen your pinky toes all the way out to the width of your mat, or maybe even hanging off a little. Bend your right knee and let your left hand grab all the way around to the outside of either your right knee, your right calf. If you can hold your heel in the pocket of your hand, good. No matter what, we're gonna try to straighten our right leg now and peek out under our right armpits. Belly comes in strong for any twist you're making, so your low back is feeling very loved and supported. One more big breath in. Rewind that exactly how you came in. Rebend, replace hand, straighten right leg, take a movement if you need it, drop to your knees if you ever need to stretch through shoulders. In your time, bend your left knee, reach right hand to the outside, get anything from the back of your knee down to your heel, it's all good. And then straighten your leg as much as possible. Twisting eye gaze under left armpit. Ooh, where do you feel it? Breathe into that area. At the same time, ask yourself where you can let go. Clenchy jaws are always the #1 go-to for relaxing. Any fingers or toes, like your left fingers and both sets of toes, they can wiggle. One more big, beautiful breath. On your exhalation, rewind. Rebend, stretch back out through arms, re-straighten legs, shimmy if you want to, sway hips if you need to. Whatever is necessary to take you to a kneeling position. Land on the tops of your feet. If this is really uncomfortable for you, you can sit, but I would love to get the bottoms of your feet stretched just a little more. So we're gonna try toes pose for a few breaths. Toes pose. If you can get all your toes tucked under, then I want you to try to walk your knees forward. Did you see that? So you start kind of close, less intense, and then you're gonna try to walk forward. Oh yeah. Wherever you are is good. If you're just resting on the top of your feet and shins, good. Arms rise. Cross your left arm over your right shoulder and your right arm behind your low back. So we're just gonna twist using left hand to push us. Left hand pushes us open. Really actively pressing right forearm into low back, back of hand, so you're feeling a little combing sensation on the outer shoulder. Sit up tall and then swivel eye gaze past your right shoulder. Back into the center. Let's give ourselves another hug. Arms rise. Right hand, left shoulder. Left arm behind low back. And really push your arm in. Maybe wrap your fingers around your right thigh. Use your right hand to press open on that shoulder. Eye gaze past left shoulder. Just a couple more breaths and toes pose. I know you guys can do this. Breathe in and breathe out. coming back to center when you're ready. Option, be strong from here and rise up through the knees, finding a Malasana version. Or if that's too much, you can use your hands, step your feet out a little wider, find a more traditional Malasana. Or you can come up into what I call power squat, because this is hard. It's much less stretchy and relaxing and much more strength building, but it's an option. So we have that one, wide-legged Malasana, or a closed foot Malasana. You choose wherever you want to be today. And when you're ready, lift up through your chest. Try to move your shoulders back over your hips. If you're in the wide version with me and you have the ability to use elbows to knees, tent fingertips. And if that's still not enough, I always find it stronger if I interlace knuckles and really push. Pelvic floors turned on, up and in. Let's take one more big breath in here. Softly gazing down tip of nose, just taking a moment to desensitize. One hand in front, one hand in back, or any way you can make it to the floor. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Take a little staff pose, just a gentle staff pose. Definitely massage your knees after that or wiggle them out so they feel really happy and free. And then one more big twist for us today. So we're gonna draw our left foot in, close first, and then let the leg fall out. Once you get all your flesh situated, so your sits bones feel grounded, you can open or close your left foot from your right thigh, whatever feels good. And then a little tip to come lower into this, if you like a little side bend that's nice and low, is to come over your left leg. Stretch out over it, take a big stretch out. And then you just walk your hands around this little circle, coming really low inside right leg. You can stay here, use elbow or hand to lift ourselves up, and then head of shoulder. Help your left head of shoulder twist open. Option, right hand reaches to left knee for a huge twist, and then left arm can lift up if it feels good. And if you didn't love that low version, there's no worries. Just kind of sit up here, lift left arm, little twist over. You can bring your right hand out for more support. Anyway, side bending and really opening your left side here. Eye gaze down for tender necks. Up past your left fingertips if you're able to. Try to really connect with your breath. Breathe and elongate fingertips. Open and close your right toes. Everything really active and energized. One more big breath in wherever you are. And on that exhalation, rise out of this tree twist. Come down with left hand behind you for spiral lift. Poke your right big toe into the ground, maybe even the ball of the foot, but definitely lift the heel. And then bring everything up to the sky. Stay here, move your right arm around and move your eyes. Feel it differently. Or I love to bring hand behind head and then press your head back into your hand for a huge opening. And if you need a little help in your spiral lift, bend your right knee too, and then you can come up with bent knees. 2 more breaths wherever you are, yogis. Ease your buns back on down. Take your legs out straight again. Give anything that needs help a little massage or just a little shimmy, soft staff pose. Hugging your right knee in. This is safer for the hip when you bring it in first and then let it fall out as opposed to just out and in. So we bring it in and then we let it go. Wherever feels good. Definitely getting your tissue out from under your sits bones. Open or close your right leg. Everything that feels good you should do. And then if you want to get low and swivel, come over your right leg with me. Take a second, and then when you feel ready, you're just going to start to walk your hands all the way around to inside your left knee. Then able to use elbow to rise, hand to rise. We don't care about how low we're getting. We want to feel this huge opening stretch on the intercostal muscles, the ones that are wrapping all around your ribs. We want to plug our right sits bone in, okay? So find the best stretch, wherever that may be for you. Option, left hand holds the right knee, really tough, but boy, do I feel it bigger in my low ribs if I do that. So everybody's may look a little different. Eyes down as always, the path of least resistance. If that feels good for you, go for it. Eyes up past the right fingers. See them wiggle, free them up a little bit, reach a little higher. As many more breaths there as you're really enjoying, but when that stretch feels like it's enough, right arm comes down behind you. We're gonna plug our left big toe into the earth. Definitely try to lift that heel. See how this feels. You may know right away that you like it better if you bend both knees and rise. Whatever you enjoy. Swing around a little bit, feel the top arm in a new place, eyes in a new place. Take your hand behind your head if you can. Press your head back in to really open your chest. Peel your left elbow back if you're there. Let's take 2 more breaths in. And 2 more big breaths out. And when you're ready, ease your buns back on down. Take a second. Do 1 more of those big staff pose shimmies or massages. And then from here, we're gonna try to get strong again. So let's go long, move the tissue out from under your sits bones. Strengthen your legs in your staff pose, push your heels away as you pull your sits bones back. You can flex your feet or point your toes, lift your arms all the way up, excuse me, and then act like you're gonna bear hug someone, like the biggest bear hug, so you're rounding your back. I like to point my toes here, and then I'll tell you when to flex. It seems a little stronger this way. Point your toes, and with this bear hug, start to round your back down towards the floor. We're taking it to the earth, but we want to be the last woman or man standing, okay? So we want to roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. We want to go slow, slow, that we're the last one to touch the earth. So when you get about halfway, flex your feet, and it feels a little bit stronger now, yes? Keep heels in, slowly roll down, and then flatten yourself on the earth when you get there. Just relax. That's hard work. All right, let's roll out a little bit, guys. Feet come under, heels come under knees. Arms are wherever they're very light and long. And then pull your hips up just maybe 6 inches off the mat. Start to swing hips to the right, swing hips to the left. Rise a little bit as you do. We have this lazy hip figure 8 happening. And then tip on through the groin. Keep your knees in line with hips. Pull them in towards one another like you're hugging something in between knees. And then lower back down with this lazy figure 8. You may just hover. You don't have to stop and hit the earth, but then rise back up. It's okay if you don't love the figure 8s. You're just going to rise then and release. Try to rise and release. Take 2 more slow travels up and down. Arms may want to stretch out overhead. Do all of the good things in your bridge. 1 more time, and when you get back to the top, we're going to softly stop up there. Nothing stressful here. Unclench your buns. Lift your heels just a little bit. Tilt your tailbone towards the backs of your knees. Lengthen out your low back. See if you can notice your belly rise and fall as you breathe in. 1 more breath up here, and with a real sense of patience, sweep your arms up to the sky, and then let palms and buns land together. So we have to be patient in our hips, so soft. Good job, my friends. Once everything is landed, let your knees fall open, bound angle. I love a good extended butterfly pose. Sweep your hands overhead, hold your wrists or your forearms, maybe even your elbows. This is one of those postures that does all the work for us. So if you just chill here, you'll get super calm in your shoulders and your hips. Try to let go of your facial muscles. And then bringing hands down by our sides to help our knees close. Take toes to ceiling, or you may want to take a little roll first to massage through your back. But when your legs feel like extending, toes to sky. Left ankle crosses over right, or we can cross the thigh. Tap toes back down. Scoot hips left and let knees fall right for eagle, twist. If it's too intense, uncross your legs. Bring your inner knees together. Gonna take 3 big breaths in here together, trying to press down our left shoulders and scoot our eye gaze over our left fingers. Inhaling, thinking about bracing belly, and exhaling, rolling right ribs a little higher to the sky. Let's try it together, yogis. Inhale. Exhale, twist a bit more deeply. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, squeeze out. One more big breath in. Exhale, turn as much as possible. And then when you're ready, you can roll all the way to the right side and find a fetal position, uncross your legs. This will be the most gentle way to rise back to the center. Or if you're feeling spunky, keep your eagle legs and use your left obliques to really draw strong to the center. Whenever you get right, hips are back under your shoulders. Let's extend our legs again. Take your time, there's no rush. Might want to play a little bit with your feet and your toes, French open and closed. Right ankle or the right thighs cross. Toes tap, scooting hips to the right before we fall to the left. Slowly, slowly. Really big stretch, so uncross your legs if it feels like it's too much. Get comfy so that both shoulder blades are hopefully grounded and eye gaze can move to the right. Feel that beautiful rise and fall of your belly. So nice to slow down and pay attention, love on ourselves, and find our breath. In breath, tightening belly. Out breath, swiveling left ribs to the right. Bring it in, brace. Let it go and twist. Once more like that, soften somewhere. The most gentle way is to turn everything over to the left side. Uncross your legs, find the fetal position for a moment, and then roll back to center. Again, we can keep those eagles and really squeeze our right obliques to rise to sky. But then as soon as you do, let your legs uncross. Float them down to the earth and then stretch out like you've just woken up this morning. But really lift up through your ribs, push your toes out long, reach your fingers out long overhead. Big, big, big good morning stretch. Wrap yourself up into a little ball. Hug so tight that your nose comes towards your knees. Your hands or your forearms are on your shins, and then we're trying to straighten our legs, rounding into this big, big ball. And then if rolling side to side or toes to head feels good, do it. Energizing our spines once again. Now, if you have time in your practice, stay low, stay down. But if possible, we're gonna rock up and finish seated together today. Take as many rocks as it feels good, or turn to fetal position and slowly press yourself up. Any seated position that works best for you. Just taking a minute here. We're gonna breathe 3 times consciously together. And hopefully you can hold one of these little mantras close to your heart today to use it throughout the weekend or until I see you again. Feel free, since we're all on mute, you can say it out loud. We're gonna breathe, inhale mantra, and then exhale and just let go. When you're ready, yogis, get a comfy, soft position. You could bring your hands to your heart center for this whole thing if that feels like you'll really internalize it. Softly close your eyes, pay attention to your breath. Inhale, I am strong, balanced, and confident. Exhale fully. Inhale, I am centered, content, and determined. Exhale fully. Inhale, I am whole, I am safe, I am enough. Softly exhale. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Bring your hands to prayer at heart center if they're not there already, as a simple sign of gratitude for your beautiful bodies, the gorgeous, flowy shapes that you made, and for the simple fact that we've committed once again to our self-care. We've helped one another in the community stay accountable and determined to get here. Yogis, you are so inspiring. The light in me is very humbled by and grateful for the light that is each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us today. Happy Friday and namaste.